Tuesday, October 10th. Hit the music. Wow.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was All-Pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat McAfee!
Hello, hello. This is the Pat McAfee Show. I appreciate you so much for listening and spending time with us. That was a great fade right there by @TheJeffVibbert. How'd you figure that one out?
I'm having to fade it on the iPad instead of the board.
Wow, good work back there, Vibs. @NickMorado, how's your life?
Oh, it's great, man. Great as always. How are you?
Good. A groan into the it's great is always very...
Oh, that's great.
It's not a paradox at all. I mean, it feels good.
I might go as far as outstanding.
Superb.
@Todd McComas, mocking Nick Morado. I appreciate that. @Sean Latham, how are you, brother?
I'm in here. I feel wonderful, and I'm picking up all the Nick's positive energy.
Yeah, because it's kind of radiating off of @Nick Morado right to his right, going through your half Mexican beautiful body, and the energy is coming right through the microphone. @Tactical Diggs, how was your weekend?
Alarmingly well.
I like that. I like that. What was so you expected a bad one?
No. I just hate when things go well, because then there's going to be a downfall at some point.
Storm is always on the other side of the sun. The cloud is coming at some point. I respect that. For me, though, the sun is always brightest after the darkest dawn. Remember that. So whenever you're going through hell, keep on going.
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
Because you might get out before the devil even knows you're there, I believe Rodney Atkins said. And I guess Rodney Atkins has a little bit of a sketchy past, which I did not know about. Our boy Clayton Anderson told me about. He said, hey, maybe don't be promoting everything that guy does. I said, you got it. What a weekend, though. So many things happen. You live long enough. The legends live long enough to become the villain. They either die or they live long enough to become the villain.
That's a good one, too.
That's a Batman one. Anyways, big weekend for the world, everything. The NFL had some big stuff that happened. The world had some big stuff that happened. I mean, the Miami Dolphins offensive line coach and his lack of awareness in 2017 is one of the most absurd things I've ever witnessed on the internet in my life.
I disagree with you.
First of all, you do not selfie yourself taking drugs, okay? Kids out there listening, hard drugs. Marijuana, you do what you need to do, okay? Keep it going. Keep it rolling. The tide is turning in the law for that anyways. But if you're doing drugs that are normally done in a sketchy, shady room where people don't talk about it in public nowadays. Back in the 80s, I heard you guys were just living wild when the Cocaine Cowboys, everybody was just in clubs snorting everywhere.
We all had Uzis.
Yep, nowadays... I don't know what that is. Is that a gun? Is that a gun?
Those little short machine guns that you just...
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a cocaine, like a little, like a reference for a method of using cocaine. But nowadays, if cocaine is done, it's in a back room. Everybody's like real quiet about it. I've been at a couple parties where cocaine was. I've never done it, but I've smelled it a couple times. It's a very shady thing. And rule number 2, you don't send selfie videos to escorts that you could have potentially knocked up. Like, you don't do that, okay? That's why you were paying for an escort anyway, so you don't have to follow up with the text. Like,
confidentiality.
That's the purpose, is this is a lease, not an own. This is the way this thing goes. And this is just classic old white guy mistake. Fell in love with a prostitute, fell in love with a stripper, fell in love with the game, started sending her checks, taking care of her, sending her videos of him blowing his life away, literally. And then all of a sudden he stopped sending checks, and LaQuisha calls him out on Kiwana's Facebook page, and it resigned. See you later. Dumbass of the Year award. He must have been on so many drugs, I think that was going to fly. So many drugs.
I can't imagine. You have to know going into that, if those feelings start to develop, that shit's just going to go bad.
Bad.
You know what I mean?
At what point do you ever think, like, this is going to go well? I'm paying her. She lives in Nevada. I'm here in Miami. No big deal. I just send her a check every once in a while. I know you're going to keep that baby, he said at one point, which I don't know if it's his baby or somebody else's baby. Who knows how many checks she's collecting from different dicks around the country. I mean, it's a whole different operation. But his self-awareness at a 0 is out of control. And I wish he wouldn't have resigned today, because I just thought about the offensive lineman. going into their first positional meeting with him, like, dog, listen, you don't fall in love with these hoes, man. You don't send videos of yourself doing drugs to these prostitutes, bro. That's not the way it goes. But his life's over.
What happened to like health, wealth, and the pursuit of happiness, though?
Okay, let's hear it. Diggs, at Tactical Diggs, with a thought of how this is not. This is a good decision.
Yeah. So health. It's Miami. It's cocaine. That's basically a chewy multivitamin gummy that you take every day.
Well, Miami was founded upon cocaine. All those banks down there with their illegal money. If you watch Cocaine Cowboys, they say
So
that's
not
true.
a big there.
Okay,
Big deal there. Wealth. He's one of the top paid offensive assistants in the entire league because he's always bringing fucking energy every single day.
Going into meetings on 10 every single
And
time.
then-
Wonder how he's bringing so much energy to every game.
And then the pursuit of happiness, happy stripper, happy life. Have you heard of that one?
I
So he was just sending her a love video. This is just a love story gone wrong.
Yeah, I agree. You think you'll get a job again?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He was like, "Hey, welcome to the Babylon. Do another gram, well, I'll be Babylon."
Yo, all he has to do is go
was
to
in the-
rehab for 6 months. He comes back and it's a fucking it's a positive story.
He was in the front of the line where tens of thousands of great, offensive coaches are waiting in his spot.
He is
and boom,
he is
lost it.
currently the number one thing on Twitter. His face is the number one thing on Twitter that says Miami O-line coach resigns after white substance is snorted.
He'll be back.
I don't know. Maybe go to Canada.
Probably get a head coaching gig in college. They seem to be more lenient.
That's like getting an inside look at the Illuminati. Okay, you never get to see this type of shit. It finally is, but you know it's happening everywhere. But nobody's leaking that.
Listen, I don't think that is happening everywhere.
That-
I'm gonna be.
You
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say,
a lot of people are doing cocaine?
I don't think NFL.
No, they're snorting
I
Adderall.
don't think a lot of NFL coaches are. Right?
I don't think that's a thing that a lot of NFL coaches.
Okay,
do.
let's say just in general, not some of the NFL, like people who would technically lose their jobs if their employer knew that they did cocaine on a regular basis, were supporting escorts.
I honestly believe that pharmaceuticals have taken care of the cocaine problem so much that kids don't even know what cocaine is anymore. Well, that's a lie, because the kid in Ohio State walked up to me and goes, "Want to get geared up, cuz?" And I don't know if he's snorting Adderall or cocaine, but I feel like Adderall is the answer to all this shit. I have no idea what's going on.
Two different people in that crowd in Michigan. Two different, just random fans in there. Bro, when you're done, he just said his eyes were wide open. He's holding like 3 beers, and he's just like, "Look, 20 chef,
Let's gear up.
when you're done, come up here. Let's go start rocking, blow some lines."
Yeah, he was.
I was just like, "I'm good, bro. I appreciate you, though."
By the way.